Hey everybody, welcome to Post to Post. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new, my name is Neil, and we're talking about the drama on the horizon that has breached onto the internet in the last 48 hours. Adidas is being sued because of their jerseys. If you're not familiar with the story, buckle up, because this is going to be an interesting conversation. Now, there is an entire lawsuit underway. There's lots of details on the entire reasoning behind why this person is submitting the lawsuit, and like just everything is available online. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and read through it all. That's ludicrous. Okay, I'm going to give you the quick hits, the quick information on this lawsuit, my personal opinion on the entire thing, and then maybe give you a piece of information about Adidas jerseys that you possibly didn't know and will have you rushing to your jersey collection to check out your own jerseys. But let's start off with the lawsuit. So essentially a Florida man, and I mean, it could go 1,000 different ways after that. If you're not familiar with the Florida man theory, just search Florida man and then your birthday on Google. You will find an absolutely crazy story. But a Florida man is suing Adidas because of the term that they are using to describe some of their jerseys. That term, authentic. Now, that's not a new term for us. We've had that, that pre-exists Adidas coming into the NHL and taking control of the jerseys. Reebok used that term authentic. I have a Reebok jersey here, and I just want to read you actually what's on this tag down below here at the bottom. So like I said, this is a Reebok jersey. It is an Indo Reebok jersey. It's not an edge, it's just a regular replica jersey, so it's not technically authentic, but I want to read you what's on this little tag down here. Engineered by Reebok to the exact specifications of the National Hockey League. Well, to someone who's not educated on jerseys, that may be interpreted as, holy crap, that's exactly what they wear on the ice. This is engineered to meet NHL standards or whatever. That's not what that means. All that means is Reebok is making the jersey based on how the NHL wants them to make it. The logo, that's what it means. Like, it has nothing to do with actual identically representing the product that's on the ice. So I can understand even from this perspective in Reebok, there's some questionable terminology, I guess, kind of being used. So I could see how maybe someone who wasn't familiar with the jersey world would be a little bit confused by this. If we move on to Adidas, I'm just going to show you this jersey for right now. This is a random Adidas jersey for my collection, Arizona Coyotes away jersey. Real hard to get. This is from one of the first production runs. It's when I say, oh my God, it's got the button, it's from the first production run. That's technically not true. There were a couple of first production runs that had the button, and then they switched. So by first, I mean like the first couple, basically. But this was one of the first Adidas jerseys produced, and there is no mention anywhere, actually. And there's even a tag in here, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but there's no mention of any kind of specifications like there are on this one, where it says it's specifically engineered by NHL standards. Now, there are regular Adidas jerseys, which is what I just showed you, the Arizona one. That's the retail version, okay? That's made in Indonesia. Then there's the made in Canada version of the exact same jersey. That's obviously made in Canada, and that's what the players wear. The abbreviation for that is capital M, lowercase I, and then capital C. You'll probably see that on Twitter or Reddit, Discords. Like when someone says MIC, that means made in Canada. That means the jersey that the NHL players actually use, and they're all made in Canada. NHL players do not wear these retail version jerseys on the ice. That's not a thing that happens, okay? The problem is we can't buy those made in Canada jerseys unless we go to like a third party seller. I think this site's called like Marigray or Marigold. I've not bought anything from them before. I don't own any made in Canada jerseys in my collection, which is a bit unfortunate, but some of his reasoning, this person who's submitting this lawsuit, some of his reasoning is that, you're calling this authentic? This isn't what they wear on the ice. This isn't authentic. It's a replica. Like, call this a replica. Don't call it authentic. This is far from authentic. The shoulders are different. The material is different. The neck sizing is different. So he goes through this lawsuit and provides some images, some of which he didn't actually take. There's an original article by Teal Town. I will link that in that original story down below from the Teal Town website from like late June 2021, where they kind of called out Adidas in their terminology of authentic. If you want to read through that, definitely go read through it. But some of the images that he is using in his lawsuit actually come from them, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so he's kind of comparing the Made in Canada jerseys versus the retail version that you see right here. And he's saying this is not authentic. Is he right or is he wrong? Well, he's not wrong, because this isn't what the NHL players wear. Is this authentic? It's close to authentic. So I don't know if he's right, and he's not wrong, but I don't know if he's right. Like, there is definitely differences between the Made in Canada and the retail version. Don't get me wrong, 100% there's differences, but it is very close to authentic in a way. But it comes down to terminology, essentially. By authentic, they don't literally mean authentic or identical. Authentic is essentially just a marketing term by Adidas. That's kind of all that it means. But his argument is that it's misleading. So he's not technically wrong there. I think at the end of the day, my opinion is I don't care. Like, should Adidas probably change the name from authentic to something else? Yeah, probably. Okay, a replica is probably, like, Reebok they called this one a replica, but then they had an authentic version, then they had the actual version. Anyways, it's complicated, I understand, but Adidas probably should change the name from authentic to something else. So he's right there probably. But at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. Like, I don't care that much, and it just takes a little bit of research online to figure out what's going on, and have at it. Now, one thing that is part of his argument, which I agree with, is that I wish Adidas would make those Made in Canada jerseys available. Because, like I said, they're only available from third-party sellers. You're not going to find Made in Canada jerseys on the NHL shop or adidas.ca or .com or Cool Hockey or Hockey Authentic or anything like that. Like, it's going to have to be something that was a practice jersey, something from a game, something from a warm-up, something like that. You can't just go buy an unworn, unused Made in Canada jersey from one of these main retailers. Dick's Sporting Goods was another one, or Fanatics even. You're not going to be able to do that unless it's like a signed version that they've obtained somehow and they're selling. So I agree with that. Those jerseys should be available for purchase on regular sites, straight from the NHL, straight from Adidas, straight from Fanatics. Because that's the other thing. There's also Fanatics, which complicates this entire thing. So the Fanatics jersey, which is considered, I think, the breakaway jersey, which is a dumb marketing term in general, that is its own kind of brand within Adidas, even though it's not Adidas. So the cheapest version you can get is a Fanatics jersey, which has completely different materials than this one. I should have gotten it for this video. I have one in a closet out there, but it is completely different. Okay, the materials are different, the fit is different, the thickness of material is different. It is literally a completely different jersey, and it is less quality than that. By that, it's less quality than the Made in Canada one. So the terms are stupid. I fully admit that the terms are stupid, but I think in general it's kind of a waste in time. Just whatever, man. Just, like, is it worth it? Is it really worth going through litigation and all this other stuff to kind of prove a point? Probably not. Are you going to win? No, it's Adidas, okay? They're just going to claim that it's a marketing term and that it's not literally sold to be an identical jersey. Like, this is pretty much a closed case, I think, for Adidas. So, I mean, I guess I give them credit for trying, but I don't think anything's going to happen because of this. So, you have my general opinion. Now, what I want to show you, I'm going to set this Reebok jersey aside. Let's move on back to this jersey. I know I've shown it 1,000 times already, but I'm going to show you something that I think the majority of you guys don't actually know. It's a little bit of an Easter egg in Adidas jerseys. So there's a tag on the inside here, and there's two main tags, which tells you how to wash it, by the way. And then there's this little tiny little tab. And then on the back here, it shows you a date. This was when your jersey, or whatever jersey you have in your hand, like this one, this is when it was produced. For example, this one was produced in June of 2017. This jersey was produced while NHL players were still wearing Reebok jerseys, okay? This predates the launch of Adidas jerseys. So this was one of the first Adidas jerseys ever produced. And I have, I think, probably like between 5 and 10 of these from that date. I've got one from July of 2017 as well, the month after. I have nothing before June of 2017. So if you've got one of those in your jersey collection that predates June 2017, you got me beat, okay? But I want to move on a little bit further. Here we go to, this is a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey that I have. It doesn't have the button, so we know it wasn't in some of the first production runs. But if we go under, this also has the tab, okay? So no button, but still has the date tab. This was produced in June 2018. Now, of the 115 plus jerseys I have in my collection, the dates span all over the place. I just kind of grabbed this one at random. So this is basically identical a year after the Arizona one. And then let's move on to a reverse retro. Do they have the tag? Yes, they do. They've got the two main ones and the little one. So reverse retros are fairly new to the NHL. Well, when were they actually produced? Well, this one and every one that I have in my collection, they were all produced August in 2020, okay, which predates the actual announcement and launch of the jerseys. So these were sitting in a warehouse somewhere before anyone or the majority of us even knew about them. So just a little interesting thing here. Okay, Neil, well, what about the new Prime Green jerseys? Because we looked at, so this one was Climb a Light, and then this one was, also Climb a Light, but then they had Aero Ready. I thought I had an Aero Ready one in here. Anyway, there's some in there. That also has the tag. But what about Prime Green? That's the newest one with sustainable materials. Let's see that tag. Okay, so this is a Prime Green Carolina Hurricanes jersey that just came out this for the season, I guess, first year Prime Green. All right, so what do we got? We got two main tags, three main tags actually, but no date. I've looked this thing over. I cannot find a date anywhere. And I looked at another Prime Green jersey that I had, can't find a date on that. So I don't know why the decision was made to stop putting the date that the jerseys were produced on the jerseys. Maybe there is no decision. Maybe they just, obviously there would have had to be a decision, but I don't know why that decision was made. So if you have a Prime Green jersey, go check in it right now and see if you can find the tag under there, because I checked all the Prime Green jerseys I have, including the Stadium Series jerseys that I just got, the specialty ones. Not in those either. So I don't know the decision behind that, but at least it's cool that you can look back in your collection and see, oh, holy crap, this was made on this month. This was physically produced on this month. I think that's a cool little Easter egg in Adidas jerseys that maybe not many people knew about. If you did know about it, let me know down below in the comment section. And of course, if you've got a jersey that predates mine, my June 2017 jersey, take a picture of it and tweet it at me. I'm at Post to Post Show on Twitter. Give me a follow as well. Would love to see that tag from your jersey and see how old your jerseys are. So hope you learned something. It's something I've not really talked about before on the channel because I didn't really think that anyone cared about it. But the more I looked into the tags on the jerseys and stuff, I kind of jogged my memory. Oh, I wonder if I should kind of mention that. So we've gone off on a little bit of a tangent, but I hope you learned something. But what do you think of the lawsuit as well? Do you think this guy's wasting his time? Like, let me know what you think down below in the comment section, guys. I read all the comments. Would love to hear from you. And of course, if you're new and you like Jersey Talk, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning for a flight sim. I think we're flying over the Seattle arena, and then later on tomorrow night, I think we're going to look at maybe some concepts or possibly kind of break down a jersey comparison between the Adidas Classics version of the Nordiques jersey versus the reverse retro Nordiques jersey. Kind of go head to head. That video's coming out soon. If it's not tomorrow, it's definitely coming out soon, and we'd love to have you on board for that. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Adios.